Good morning, Adab, Sat Sri Akal. Namaskar, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. My name is Shubhangi Singh. I'm a commander on Boeing 777 with Air India. I welcome you on board my journey towards the skies. Today, as I stand in front of you, looking back, if I had to ask my younger self about my future being a pilot, it would seem like a fairy tale. But it's far from being a fairy tale. Rather, it has been about hard work, perseverance, determination, and most important of all, family support. Growing up, my father had a favorite quote, a quote by Nora Ephron. This quote will echo forever in my heart and in my mind. The quote says, "Your education is a dress rehearsal for a life that is yours to lead." This quote literally gave wings to my dreams. I want to tell you how I chose my career. Or should I say, how my career chose me? I was in 5th standard, hospitalized for an ailment, but all recovered and set to return home. But suddenly, unfortunately, I developed a fever of 107 on the very day of the discharge. The chances of my survival were less, but perhaps the calling of the skies was strong, and with the blessings of the Almighty, my parents, and the efforts of the doctor, I survived. I emerged stronger with a deep appreciation of life and support of loved ones. As fate would have it, after recovery, my school organized an overseas trip. My parents happily gave me the consent, primarily because it was heavily subsidized for school kids, and also because I was the top scorer of the year in spite of the illness. I thoroughly enjoyed the trip. On my return, my parents came to receive me at the airport. My father saw me, a little girl, barely the height of the trolley handle. The thought of me being a pilot struck in his mind then. This was in late 80s, where girls did not have the privilege of choosing a career, leave alone a non-conventional one. My parents broke the conservative path, broke that conservative thought, and paved the path for me for being a pilot. I'm sure it must have not been an easy wall for them to break. Because many a times they were mocked by the relatives for having 2 daughters and not any son. But this overseas trip served as a reward as well as an unexpected catalyst for my future career. A beautiful reminder, my friends, challenges can lead to blessings and opportunities. So let's take the challenges in our stride. But not being from no background in aviation, collecting each piece of information was a task. And mind you, this was not an era where information was available at the click of a button. So we decided to take one step at a time. My father and I, we traveled extensively, cities, states, finding each piece of information which was authentic and economical as well. In 1995, I commenced my journey from Bombay Flying Club and I got my first license, student pilot license. For my second license, I went to Ahmedabad Aviation Academy. The second license, private pilot license, I finished my exams, my flying hours, and I got it from Ahmedabad Aviation. But funds were exhausting, and I knew the only way I could fulfill my dream of commercial pilot was if I got selected and I got the full scholarship from Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Udan Academy in Uttar Pradesh. It was the most prestigious flying school in India back then. But the selection process involved an all India entrance exam, written and interview. Total 20 students were selected. I studied, worked hard, and my hard work paid. I ranked first among the girls and 6th all India. My joy knew no bounds. Facing extreme weather of North India, unknown to a Mumbai girl, managing away from home for the first time, I successfully earned my commercial pilot license in 2000, thus teaching me the principle, the importance of dedication and adaptability to achieve one's goal. But it was 2001 now, 9/11 happened. Terrorist attack against the United States of America. The hijackers had used commercial planes to crash into the Twin Towers of World Trade Center and Pentagon. Pilot vacancies worldwide had frozen. These years of unemployment were trying. There were moments of giving up. There were moments of depression. But believe me, angels are around if one believes in themselves, one believes in their dreams, and keeps working hard for it. In 2003, I was recruited with Air India in spite of limited vacancy and large number of unemployed pilots. From trainee pilot to training captain, the journey in Air India of 20 years has been memorable. Flying school also introduced me to my husband, who is also a captain with Air India. A heart-rending moment I would want to share with you all. I was due for my command, upgrading from a co-pilot to a commander. I was a new mother then. My first daughter was 1 year old. My baby used to keep knocking at the room door, wondering why her mother has locked herself up in a room, why she's not being with her. Because we all know exams are not easy. So there was tremendous amount of studying that I had to put in. My husband stepped in. He helped me in overcoming this wall of emotional weakness. He immediately took over all the responsibilities of the baby, the household chores, thus breaking the walls of male supremacy. The balancing of personal aspiration and family responsibilities are the pillars of our family future. And we have 2 beautiful daughters and living a beautiful life. But mind you, balance is not something you find. Balance is something you create. You have to strike a balance. Coming back to being a pilot, there have been many challenging times. There are 3 incidents I would want to mention. COVID struck. The whole world was upside down. We pilots were assigned the duties of flying to China, the place where the outbreak started. We were assigned the duties to fly to China and bring medical cargo back to India. This was a period of COVID not known to any one of us. So the fear was beyond words. Walls were built around themselves by everyone. But the pilots did not refuse their duty. Knowingly risking their lives and their family life, they brought the life-saving equipment to India. Vande Bharat also cannot remain unmentioned. Multiple Indians stranded all over the world were united with their families in India. All that was going on in my mind as well as my colleagues' mind is, we have to bridge this gap in these times. Despite fear and uncertainty, solidarity must exist, must shine through. After all, life of a pilot is about uniting, is about crossing boundaries, is about uniting people with their near and dear ones, uniting people with their dreams. Today, when I see tears of joy and tight hug at the airport, all the pressure within the cockpit seems worthwhile. Though myself being away from home in different climatic conditions, in different time zones. The second incident I want to mention is, I was scheduled to operate a flight, Delhi to San Francisco, under my command. While flying over the Pacific Ocean, I was informed about a passenger complaining of chest pain. All the available medical care on board in flight was given to him, but there was no respite. Better medical care was the only chance of his survival. Quick thinking helped me choose Sapporo, an airfield in Japan. Sapporo, the airfield in Japan, no aircraft from my airline or from India had ever landed. But the training, the safety procedure that I had learned from my airline helped me make a safe landing into Sapporo. When we finally took off and landed into Sapporo, the 16-hour flight had turned out to be 27 hours flight. But mind you, no passenger complained. In fact, they applauded in knowing that the passenger, the ailing passenger, had received the medical aid which had helped him save his life. I was amazed to witness this power of gratitude, empathy, compassion in the face of adversity. Calmness and focused teamwork was also responsible for this diversion. And I'm proud to say this was the first successful medical diversion over Pacific Ocean. last but not least, third incident. This happened on 6th of March 2016. Air India, an equal opportunity employer, created history by operating an all-women crew on the longest non-stop 17-hour plus flight from Delhi to San Francisco. Not only pilots, cabin crew, flight engineers, line safety officers, the dispatchers, and the air traffic controllers were all women. And I had the privilege of commanding this longest flight. I believe gender should not be limiting your opportunities, your aspirations. We must all pursue our dreams. We must all pursue the life of our dreams. It's my humble submission to youngsters and all, irrespective of the age and stage, whoever is set out to do some things which is not normal, please break the walls of the preconceived notions. Break the walls of the fear of unknown. Because I believe success comes to ordinary people with extraordinary determination. If you have to be the change, if you want a change, you must be the change. Time hi nahi hai. Let's not use this excuse to distance ourselves. Let us be the bridge for someone who wants to walk your path. Building bridges, not walls. It's about love and understanding, which makes this world a beautiful place. And I feel that is the thought worth spreading. Thank you.